Hi, I'm Laura. I have an abundance of eggs from my chickens, so I'm going to show you a simple, easy tip that I use to peel fresh eggs. I'm also going to show you how I make my bread for my family of 7. I've been making bread for 12 years now, tweaked our old family recipe to a sourdough recipe so that we have that slow fermentation process that makes bread so much healthier. So come cook in my Homestead kitchen with me. I just wanted to show you really quick how I make my eggs with my farm fresh eggs. I'm going to do boiled eggs for egg salad. We need our eggs. The kids went to the chicken coop this morning and got them. My Instant Pot is here. And we need just half a cup of water in the bottom of the Instant Pot. Then we'll put our fresh eggs in here. Fresh eggs are like notorious for peeling horribly when you boil them. It's like almost impossible if you just boil them and try to peel them. But if you put them in the Instant Pot, they are super easy. So I'll show you how it works. If you have a big family, obviously you could do less than that. So off, our lid is on, and we're just gonna pressure cook. Turn off this keep warm button. So it's for 5 minutes on high, pressure cook, and then we just press start. And then when this is done, you'll just let it natural release, and then you can peel them. It's super wintry out there today and snowing. There is absolutely no sun. So normally in an off-grid house, we run off solar, but today we need to run the generator. So I have it going for laundry. So since my generator's already going for laundry, when I put the eggs in the Instant Pot, it's not a big deal because the generator is just gonna run it. It's not gonna bring down my battery bank, which is over here. We can come take a look and see. So this is my batteries. This is what the batteries are at right now, but the generator's on, so it's bulk charging with the generator. And we're bringing in 21 amps with the generator right now, like minus what I'm using, because I have my washing machine on, the lights are on, and I just turned the Instant Pot on, but the generator is handling it fine. And then up here, this is my solar charge controller. So you can see we are bringing in 0, 0, and 0 because it is so snowy and cloudy today, which is why we have the generator going. So we have lots of extra eggs, which means we're gonna have egg salad for lunch, and we need bread if we're gonna have egg salad sandwiches. So last night I mixed up my sourdough starter. So this is half a cup of sourdough starter with 2 cups of organic white flour and 2 cups of water. So I just stirred this in last night before bed, and it's ready and like super bubbly for me this morning. And then we can start to make our bread. So I'm super spoiled, and I have my mixer here. You can just do it by hand if you don't have a mixer, obviously. But I make bread like 2 to 3 times a week, 5 loaves for all 7 of us. So I make a lot of bread, which I love having my mixer for. So we have that. We're just gonna put it on. We're gonna get 4 cups of water. So we have our 4 cups of warm water. We just have water from our well that's good for drinking. You wanna pour it in? Mm-hmm. Okay, carefully. Pour it in. Now pour that water into the starter. Dump it all in. That was just a full 4-cup measure of warm water. So next we need 1 cup of oats. Christmas one year, my father-in-law made me this awesome flour bin. Since I use a lot of like bulk flour and other stuff, I can just dump in here. Here, I'll show you. So this is it. It's varnished and I like burned it with a torch. And he built it for me just out of plywood. And it's on wheels. You can roll it. And like pull it in and out of wherever you had it. So when you open it, there's like these strips on it so that it like closes softly. And then I have 4 compartments in it. And they're pretty deep, so I can fit like tons of flour in here. This is my white organic flour. This is whole wheat. These are my oats. And this is just rice. So you can dump huge bags of flour and bulk items, whatever you wanted to put in here, and just dump the whole bag in here. We use a lot of stuff, so we use up this quickly and just redump stuff into it. So we're just gonna grab our 1 cup of quick oats for our bread. Okay, dump the quick oats in, Alicia.
Sorry.
Good. Okay, next we're gonna put in, next. We're just gonna grab a bit of quick yeast. My sourdough starter, I don't know if it's because it's winter or what, but it doesn't seem to rise as nice for me. Go ahead. So I just use some quick yeast just to get a nice sandwich bread consistency. You definitely don't have to, but that's what I do. This is actually rendered bear oil, bear fat. I don't know if you could see that. I just dumped it out on my counter. Yeah, but you could use any oil you want. You could use coconut oil, olive oil, whatever. This is just cheap for me, so that's what I use. Okay. And we make our own maple syrup, so I'm gonna use some of that. You could use honey, sugar, whatever. 2 tablespoons of oil, 2 tablespoons of whatever sweetener you want, just to help the yeast and the sourdough survive well. Okay, that's it. So we can get started. We're gonna tip this mixer up, and then we're gonna add our flour. So I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so we have our flour here. This is just whole wheat. And then this is what we're looking at. So we're gonna mix our flour in slowly. Just put that on number 1. And we grab flour. And slowly add it. So you just keep adding flour as it's mixing and kneading it in. Kind of let the flour soak in and mix in before you add more. So I never measure how much flour I actually use. I just go by what the dough looks like. My 2 helpers love to help make bread. You can see the consistency is starting to change and it's starting to stick together. You can see as the center starts to become quite sticky again, we can put some more flour there in the middle. Needs a bit more flour now. It's kind of absorbed what's there. When it's close to being done in the mixer because it starts to make these two separate humps. Needs a bit more. See, the humps are going away and it's kind of flattening out. So we can tell that it's going to take more flour yet. Okay, let's stop the mixer and see how it feels. So we're just gonna poke at it. It feels like it's kind of sticky still, and it's not super firm. So we're gonna keep kneading and add a bit more flour yet. Turn it off and check it again. See, it's not sticky anymore. My hands aren't sticking to it at all. Feels a bit firmer. So that's good. We're gonna let it sit here and just like this for 20 minutes to let the flour really absorb the water because we're using whole wheat. And then we're gonna add in salt and knead for a few more minutes. So let's let it sit for 20 minutes. While we were trying to video our making bread, Alicia and Kyla have a big mess. So let's clean this up while we wait our 20 minutes to put the salt in.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, put a big mess.
These away. So the eggs are done. This just turns now. So all the pressure's gone out. That's what it looks like in there. So we'll just grab this, it's hot. Bring it over to the sink. Put it in here and I'll just put cold water in. And we'll let that sit till the kids are ready to come back from outside. And they'll peel them for me. And they'll be cooled off and ready for lunch. So our bread has been sitting for 20 minutes. So I'm just gonna grab this Himalayan salt. We'll put in 2 teaspoons of that. And then we'll knead it again. Looks good. So you can see it's kind of firmed up. That's what it looks like. So I just have this big Tupperware bowl someone gave me. And I have my bear oil again. I'm just gonna pour a couple tablespoons in the bottom of this bowl so the dough doesn't stick. And we'll take it out of our mixer. Take the dough hook out. And then we'll put the dough into our bear oil. You could use whatever oil you have. Put it all in there. Scrape whatever is left as best you can. And we'll put this in the sink with the dough hook to just soak for a while. That's filling up. And we have our dough in here. And I just like to kind of turn it so that the oil gets everywhere and it doesn't stick. No. So that's what it looks like. I'm just gonna put this lid on it. You could use a towel. Sometimes I'll just throw this like dish towel on top or like saran wrap, whatever. And we're just gonna let it rise for, I guess till it's kind of puffing out. Probably around lunchtime, we will put it into our bread pans. So let's wait till then. Okay, so Kate came back in from outside. You can tell from her nice rosy cheeks. So she's gonna help me peel these eggs, and I'll just show you guys how easy it is after they've been in the Instant Pot. So this egg was literally, they got it from the chicken coop this morning. So it should be so hard to peel. But when it's done in the Instant Pot, the way I showed you, it's way easier.
No. Gonna stop it.
Oops.
True.
Okay.
Mom, we want to peel eggs.
Okay, so these are all peeled, so now we can mash them. Put some of my homemade mayonnaise in there. Okay, that's our mayonnaise in there. And we're gonna put pepper. We like a lot of pepper in our house. That's dill. And salt. And then we're just gonna give that a stir. Okay, looks good. It's ready for our bread. Okay, so this has been rising for about 4 hours. So we're gonna punch it down, dump it out on the table, and we're just gonna shape it into our loaves. So it looks like it's good enough to make about 4 loaves, and these pans are already greased. I greased them. So we're just gonna cut it. Try to make them as even as possible so your loaves are the same size. Move these out of the way. And so then we just flatten it down. And then I flip it over. And I kind of try to just roll it nicely into a loaf shape. You want to make sure that you don't have air bubbles in your loaf. So try to get it tight so there's no air bubbles. So you can make this bread even into like a bowl but I like it into loaves because family likes to eat sandwiches and stuff like that. So we're going to do the same thing to all of our... So once you have all of those in your pans, you can cover them with a dish towel. Let it rise for another hour before we bake it. So it's been about an hour since I put my bread into pans, and you can see how much it's risen. So it's ready to go in the oven. So let's turn the oven on. This oven that I have doesn't use any power at all. So you have to light the pilot light. There, I can hear when it lights. So then I know it's on. So we're gonna let this preheat and then we'll put the bread in. Okay, so the oven is hot now, so we'll put the bread in there. Okay, we'll bake that for about 40 to 45 minutes. Okay, so it's been about 45 minutes and the bread is nice and golden on top. So we know it's done. We're gonna pull it out. So the bread's been sitting for like 15 minutes maybe. So I'm gonna pull it out and put it on these. Super nice.
Good.
Well, I hope you enjoyed cooking with me and you learned something new. We'll see you next time.